Well, tonight's game is on ESPN+. Let's check in with the analyst of tonight's game, Bryndon Manzer, who joins us in the Marriott Center. Bryndon, how's it going? And what do you think of a matchup that's pretty sneaky with two ranked teams, both in the top 10 in net?
Hey guys, thanks for having me. It's hard to speed up old guys. I know that from so that was well put. No, I honestly, you guys have hit all the nails on the head. Really interesting matchup. They all are in the Big 12, but we were excited about tonight. Obviously, with BYU offensively here at home, how well they shoot the three. And then Iowa State defensively, Kristen was talking about it, the aggressive nature with which they play. And just because BYU shoots it great doesn't mean they're not going to be aggressive. They'll trap some. And one of the things that TJ Altenberger told Sean Kinney and I this afternoon is we have to make BYU uncomfortable, because if they're comfortable, as well as they move it, as well as they shoot it at 4 and sometimes 5 spots, that's a dangerous situation. So also turnovers always big in these games, as you guys well know, especially down the stretch. So we're excited. It's going to be a great high-level college basketball game.
And it's interesting that BYU still has some good defensive numbers, certainly, but in the Big 12, a little more resistance. BYU still getting used to that. But Iowa State, as we talked about, Tyler Haws on the desk here, played in a couple of games against the Cyclones. Great defensive team. Can BYU capture the offensive performances that they had in non-conference? Because Cincinnati certainly slowed BYU down. So what kind of matchups are you looking at tonight that will play into what happens?
Well, I think for BYU, obviously, they want to speed the game up. Iowa State and TJ will probably screw the game down if they're not able to push and transition, meaning in the half court. And obviously, they try to do that defensively. To me, it stops for BYU, because that allows them to clean the glass, get out, run their lanes, and get up tempo and potentially spot up for threes and transition. And that is a concern for the Cyclones. The other thing, that's you guys have touched on, that both coaches are very aware of as we talk to them today, is BYU's ability in the half court to take care of the ball. They will get open threes because of the way Iowa State, especially if you get on the sideline, guys, they will try to keep you there, and sometimes they'll come hard with the double. Sometimes they will not. They'll try to switch things up to keep the Cougars guessing. But if you can get out of that, logic tells you, if you get out of traps and you move it, somebody's open on that weak side. So ball reversal is going to be huge. And then also, when Iowa State, even though they allow that weak side sometimes to be open, they close out and recover great. And BYU is going to have to read that and not just rely on the three. And you guys were talking about driving it more maybe and getting to the foul line. I think that decision-making after they've moved it will be important here tonight.
Well, Bryndon, we appreciate the insight. Have a great call on ESPN Plus, and welcome to the Marriott Center.
Hey, we're excited to be here first time, and welcome to the Big 12.
Thank you so much. Let's get you a Cougar tail, the maple bar donut.
I've been promised one of those.
Oh, good,
so
good. You got to have it. You got to have it. You don't have to consume the whole thing, but you got to try it. Thanks, Bryndon.
Appreciate you guys.